Hey everybody, I promised you strawberry cake with strawberry cream cheese frosting. Yes, I did, and this is the most moist, realistic cake without any nut flour, without any coconut flour, without any of the extra fiber flour at all. And it's gonna be delicious. So come on you guys, let's get this day started. Hey everybody, good morning, welcome all you new folks, and welcome back everybody to Loving It on Keto. Felicia and I just got through with Tai Chi. We changed the date because our sensei has a different job, and we do it on Sundays now. I'm gonna make a strawberry cake using, I made the recipe last night. Now, here's the deal. Harry and I can't eat almond flour. Harry doesn't like the taste of coconut flour. We don't use the lupini flour or any of the oat fiber or the gluten wheat flour or any of that stuff. We try to keep it as plain and simple. One thing I am using that makes it super moist, super soft, just like it's amazing, is the Keto Chow core. Now the core is the beef-based protein powder. Like I always say to you, if you don't have, if you can't get, if you don't want to use Keto Chow products and you live somewhere else, use the protein powder of your choice. I would try to get as close to 1.4 ounces or 40.9 grams, and I have it handwritten in and I'll put it there, of the protein powder you like in the replacement. Keto Chow core is made with beef bone broth is the base, so there's no whey in this at all. Now, here's what I'm thinking. If you are lactose intolerant, there is buttermilk powder in here, and there is sour cream. You can get, I think when we were vegan, you can get a soybean or soy sour cream, or you can get a vegan sour cream, or I believe there's a coconut one out there. I'm not sure where you live, what you have, but this is the cake that I am making. You can omit the powdered buttermilk, or you can replace it with a tablespoon of powdered cream, heavy powdered cream, or you need to tweak it for the replacements you're doing. I can't promise it's not going to be quite the same. It may be denser because this is so fluffy. It's so nice, it's so moist, and this is what I want for my dinner, and this is what we use for what Harry and I are doing. This isn't a recipe show. What it is we're showing you our actual life, day to day, and what we like to eat, and we share that with everybody. But I try to give you alternatives to what I'm doing, hoping that you'll experiment. You'll be crazy in the kitchen, experimenting on your own. So with that, you guys, let's get this day and this cake started, because Chalice and David are coming over for a wonderful feast that we're having today. So now I've split this up into 3 separate bowls that you're gonna have to mix separately, because we want stiff egg whites to begin with. As we add some of the products, it's gonna fall, but it's still gonna have enough air and such that it's gonna make a super light and fluffy cake. So the first thing I did is I took 2 eggs, raw eggs, and my 1 measuring cup, and I separated my egg yolks, my 2 eggs, with my egg yolks. Then I filled the rest of this up to get my 1 cup, right? This has some raw egg whites from my 2 eggs. And then I filled the rest up with just a carton of egg whites. If you have real chickens and you get real eggs or duck eggs or any of those things, use 1 cup of the egg whites from the fowl of your choice. So I did that, separated that. So, in a separate bowl, and I need to make sure this is cool enough. You have to melt your butter, but you want it cooled, not coagulated, but cooled enough that you're not cooking the other ingredients that go in with this butter, like the egg yolks. We're gonna mix wet ingredients separately, dry ingredients that potentially have some fat in them, and then we're gonna beat egg whites and what can go in with the egg whites. And then once we have the stiff peaks, we're gonna add the other powders and the liquids last. I have my oven set to 325, and that's degrees Fahrenheit. So I am going to take my I wonder if I could put it all in here. Let me see, this is a smaller bowl. No. Okay, so I'm gonna take my butter, and it's 1 melted tablespoon of butter. I would use sweet creamy butter because we're gonna put a little bit of salt in here, but Keto Chow has salt. So if you use an alternative protein powder, check to see if it has salt in it and then adjust it accordingly. So I'm gonna put my butter in here. I'm gonna do my liquids, right?
These are all the fats, right?
These are all the fat liquids. No, these are fats and these are all the liquids, Harry. Let's just keep it plain and simple. Liquids, which may or may not have fats in them. I have, gotta get my recipe. Don't have it memorized even though I wrote it last night. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and this is a brand new recipe I've never done before, but I made muffins, chocolate chip muffins, and so I kind of used that as a base, and then I tweaked it for a cake recipe. So I'm putting in 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract that I made. Thank you, Jim and Cynthia. Yes, indeed I did. So I'm going to put that in there. I need a paper towel. Sorry, I'm in a corner, you guys. Then I'm going to put in...
Well, I'm in the other corner.
Now, you can tweak this to any flavor that you want. And when you do, you want to use the flavorings to match and the sweeteners to match. So I've got, this is a stevia strawberry filled, strawberry flavored. So I'm going to put in a teaspoon of that. Now remember, egg whites nullify the sweetener and the flavorings of items. So if you taste this raw, before you cook it, it's gonna have tons of flavor. It changes the flavor. It really dies down the flavor. So 1 teaspoon of that and 1 teaspoon of strawberry flavoring or extract. And I'm using this. This states that it won't change the strength or the flavor when you bake with it, which is nice. So, and I think it also has a coloring to it, which will make it pink. We'll see, we'll see. So I'm gonna put that in. Here, I need to, my hands aren't working good today.
Did you use the fan and stuff?
Oh yeah, I did. I was throwing my fan.
That's probably why.
We didn't get to swords because Felicia just wasn't having a good day today, but she went anyway. That is gonna make it pink. So I've got 1 teaspoon of the strawberry brand, your favorite, your extract, whatever you use for flavoring. And then I would suggest, oh man, that smells good. This one is the Loran Professional Kitchen Strawberry Bakery Emulsion. And you can get it on Amazon. I think that's where I got it. So, got that. Let me look, make sure I'm getting all my liquids. So, butter, eggs, egg yolks, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 teaspoon liquid strawberry flavored stevia, 1 teaspoon strawberry extract, yes, 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 check, 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 and 1 tablespoon Daisy sour cream. So I'm gonna pour out the whey because I don't want the whey in this.
No way.
No way. You're right, no way.
Magnets.
I bought 2 metals, so we can't break them.
So Harry can't break them. We all know what you're trying to say.
Well, you know, you used to make fun of me and tell me I was the one that broke everything, and then all of a sudden, since you said that, see, karma, honey, I'm telling
No,
you.
they were broken before I washed them.
No, they weren't. A tablespoon of sour cream into the mix.
Oh, I see what you mean by all the wet stuff.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what it is. If it's wet,
If
it goes
it's wet,
in this bowl.
it goes in here, except for the egg whites, which are also wet.
Yeah, but they're gonna
go into the main bowl.
Yeah, that's what makes the egg whites. So yeah,
Yes, it does.
I can understand that one.
Yes, it does.
I can understand stuff.
I'm putting the sour cream back. Now, because the butter was a little bit warm, I'm going to mix this up because it will cool it a little bit better before I put the egg yolks in, because you don't want to cook your egg yolks. Ooh, that's going to make a nice
Look at
pink
the
cake.
color.
Yeah, well, it'll be lighter pink because it'll
Smell
this
that?
through.
You
Yeah,
smell that?
strawberry.
Oh, I smell that all the way over here.
Strawberry fields.
And I'm about 2 feet away.
Yep.
3
Now you
feet,
put your egg
actually.
yolks in last into this batter because I don't want to potentially cook my egg yolks, right? Get everything in there. All my wet items, and put them over to the sink. And then I'm just going to beat this in here just to mix it, blend it really nice. That makes it orange because of the yolks. Cage-free organic eggs have a very orange.
I'm getting hungry now.
That smells delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Smells like
All of a sudden
strawberries.
my stomach woke up.
You know what
like,
it
hey.
smells like? Strawberry shortcake.
Yes, that's it.
It smells just
That's
like
exactly
strawberry
what it
shortcake.
smells like.
It does. Now, the second bowl that you're going to do is you're going to take your protein powder or your keto chow core. Use the vanilla or the strawberry or the chocolate. The one of your choice, or whatever protein powder you want to use. It's going to change the texture. It's probably, I'm sure it will make it a little denser than what this will be, especially if it's a whey-based one, because I've made lots of cakes. If you go back and look at my recipes throughout the years, I've made it with a whey, and it just makes it a little bit denser. So, protein. Now, okay, in this one, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of baking powder. And you could put the baking powder in, you know, with the other, but I'm just putting it in with this for simplicity's sake. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I try not to put as much stuff into the egg whites because you never know what's going to cause it to not beat.
Yeah.
To stiff peaks, especially if you have challenges getting your egg whites to stiff peaks. Less is more what you put in with it, okay?
Right.
Just so you know. Now, I am putting in just a dinky winky bit of salt, probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, because salt sweetens the mix. But there is salt in keto chow. So I'm putting on the recipe 1/2 teaspoon of salt, because it depends on if you use salted or creamy unsalted butter. It depends on if you use keto chow, which always has salt in it, or if your protein powder does not. So you're going to have to gauge that. If you're a super sensitive salt person, hold off on the salt. We like the salt. I like about 1/4 teaspoon in there, or a pinch, just to help with the sweeteners that I'm using. It sweetens the product.
Which is really weird
It
to
is,
understand.
but it is.
Must play on your tongue somehow. Or
So, keto chow, baking powder, and the buttermilk. So I'm putting in a tablespoon of buttermilk. The buttermilk makes the bread that I use. My buttermilk bread, it makes the texture so fluffy, doesn't it, Harry?
Oh,
it
yeah.
really does. I've noticed the difference in my breads when I do not use the buttermilk. You can use the dried buttermilk if you want, or not, that's up to you. So I've got my dry stuff right there. And also, it's very, very, very important, don't use any of the utensils that you have had anything to do with any kind of fats in your next bowl, because that will cause your egg whites not to beat to a stiff peak. Just saying.
I mean, she's talking about even a tiny little piece on the end of your finger.
Or egg yolk. That's why I use cartoned eggs, because I cannot, I almost missed because one of my yolks broke with my nail, but I caught it in time. Yes. I think I did anyway. It looked like I did.
Oh,
so
it worked.
It worked. So I'm going to mix this up right here and just set it aside. So this is the keto chow mixture. This will go in after we have stiff peaks. We'll beat it on low just to incorporate it. And the very last thing is this one with the liquids and the fats, because it's going to drop the egg whites down. It's going to start deflating the egg whites, but it will still fluff in the oven enough that will give it really good flavor. So now, in my bowl right here, in the main mixing bowl, I want to add my egg whites, 1 cup egg whites, which has my 2 cracked eggs that I got my 2 yolks from.
You want to put anything else in here?
A teaspoon of cream of tartar. This helps emulsify and help your egg whites come to a stiff peak. If you don't have cream of tartar where you live, you can use vinegar. Come back. You can use vinegar, and I would use white vinegar, distilled vinegar, because it has the least vinegary taste, or a teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon. That actually emulsifies. It helps your egg whites peak if you can't get cream of tartar where you live, or you don't have any, but you've got lemons or you've got distilled white vinegar. Just so you know. Trying to help you with as many tips and tricks as I can. So I've got that, and then I want to add the gelatin. Sorry, you guys, my hands just...
Can you roll it?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The gelatin, and the gelatin is 1 tablespoon powdered gelatin. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top like that. And then I'm going to just take my mixer real quick, the whisk that I use for this, and I'm just going to beat this real quick, just to get the gelatin keep the gelatin from clumping so badly and getting on the sides, right? Get the tartar, cream of tartar always falls to the bottom. I see it in a big lump down there. This really helps, mine anyway. It depends on your mixer and your beater and all those good things, but I just find it works better. Now, you want to have confectioner sugar or powdered sugar replacement. This is your erythritol monk fruit blend. If you don't have confectioner sugar, but you have a high-speed blender, or you have like a little Ninja or something you use, you can actually put it in there on high and make your own powdered version of it. So I'm going to put this in here. It's 3/4 cup.
I'm not going over there because of the dust.
And this too is getting mixed in because of the dust.
I don't want the dust in the camera parts.
Because when you turn the beater on high, man, whoo, you get powder. So just another way to just mix it. You're not using another tool. It's all in the bowl ready to go that way. Just giving it a head start. See how nice that looks? Come look. Last but not least, you are going to need, you are going to need 1/3 cup of the egg white powder. That helps give it more of a cake-like texture and less of a angel food cake meringue texture. You need that, but you only need 1/3 cup. So I'm going to Mix this in,
I'm not coming over there again.
because again, that's very powdery.
I've learned the hard way.
Well, I have too, because it's on my counters. You think you get it, and then you're sitting looking at it going, wait a minute, what's all that on there? And it's the powder.
Yeah, the powder flies everywhere.
It does.
Wendy cleans the mixer constantly, but she can't get inside. And if you have a mixer like this and you have a switch that slides
Well,
back
sometimes
and
it
forth,
doesn't come on because it's got powder
it's got
up
a
in
coating of powder in there, and I can't get in there to clean it off. So one of these days I'm going to have to tear it down and just clean it out.
there. Yes. So if you start with a new mixer, I would just always hand mix it so that you don't have powder flying everywhere.
Yeah.
I have literally
We learned the hard way.
poofed myself.
Oh yeah.
Literally. I'm going to
Literally,
put these
like,
over here.
in a cloud.
In a cloud. So here we go.
That's when I had to take my lens apart.
Yep. So here's the order that these are going
Now
in.
you're doing that again.
I'm going to put this on high until I have stiff peaks. Then we're going to come back, put it on lowest speed, add the keto chow mixture or your protein powder mixture. Then we're going to add the liquids last, and then we're going to put it in the pans and get it into the oven. So you guys,
You know, this could sound very complicated, but
it's not.
if you just follow the recipe, it's
Yeah.
pretty simplified.
It is. It's just,
I mean, I could even make it.
ooh, I should have
Let's not go there.
You gotta be careful what you say, kiddo. I'm gonna have you make me the cake.
No. You know, maybe I'll try.
Okay, one day
I should let everybody vote
You
on that
should.
one.
How many people want Harry to make, let's not do the cake first, how about cookies first?
Oh, no. No. Cookies? Good. Okay. Whatever.
I'm gonna put it on high now.
Everybody vote on what I should do.
Come back in the next segment when we add the next ingredients. I'm gonna turn it on really low, turn it off, and then turn it on low. Now I'm gonna put in my dry mixture of the protein powder, baking powder, buttermilk powder, etc. Excuse me. Now I'm going to put in my liquid. Now this will probably fall quite a bit, so
Yeah, watch, see if you see it fall. It's all got to clump together, too. Looks like, you know, it looks like...
excuse me, sorry. I need to get this off. It's going to be more orange because of the eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to have to do a lot of hand mixing on this one. Let's beat this down. And I want to fill my pans. Hopefully, I'm going to put it in one first to see if I have enough to potentially get 2 layers out of the deal. So, watch your ears. I need to find a different whisk that I can get that thing that, what's her name?
Cleans it with?
Yes.
We'll see if they make a
I'm going to.
12 blade.
I'm
Or what
going
do they-
to. I don't know
what do they
how
call
much
those
better it
things?
works, but, excuse me. Now, need to get all of this mixed in. I'm going to look for a different blade like Harry says, because I agree. I need that wonderful scraper that you put on above that just scrapes it all off, right?
Yeah.
You want to go to the bottom. You want to find any white that's in there. In here. Wow, this is really staying nice. Get everything off at the bottom, everything off at the sides. I think I can put, now, these pans are squished on here, and I know they are, so it's gonna be a little lopsided, but this is just for family and friends. I'm not in a cake decorating contest, so it's gonna have a little bit flatter side, right? Take half, about half.
Icing is like molding. You can fill in all those bad spots.
Yes, yes, you can. Thank goodness for icing, right? I just want to barely put it in the pan. And this is a silicone pan. I am not spraying. Let's see how this one looks. I got a lot more in this one than I do in this one.
I don't know. They look pretty close.
Kind of smooth it gently. You don't want to smash it, but you want to get any bubbles that are in out, and you want to get it flat. See, this side right there is going to be a little bit flatter.
That's okay. Don't matter.
No, it
You're going
does
to change the taste at all.
No, it is not. It's still going to be delicious. Looks a little bit taller.
It's okay. Actually, you're pretty close.
I'm going to clean the sides of your pan so that the batter doesn't burn and make an off taste to your pan, right?
Don't worry, I'll eat whatever's left.
You will. It smells delicious.
I know.
It really smells strawberry-ish. It does, you guys. I'm not afraid of egg whites.
Me neither. Not when you're fresh. If they've been sitting for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, not too good of an idea.
Why?
Because it gets bad after all. It starts picking up a lot of, what'd they say? What'd that guy say, that doctor?
I don't know, you're telling me.
So if you eat a raw egg right away, that's no problem. If you let it sit.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, these are going in the oven. 325. I'm going to check them at 20 minutes. I'm going to do the toothpick test, excuse me. 20 minutes. I'll be able to tell better at 20 minutes how much longer. 20 to 30 minutes depending on how much your peaks got and all of the good things. So, like I said, it's crazy experiment in the kitchen making a cake instead of muffins and a different keto chow and the whole thing. So you guys come back when we have cake. Okay, just pull it out so that I can test it real quick. Oh, aren't those pretty? Yep. Wait a minute, let me try this one. They're very soft, but you've got to go all the way through. Yep. Pull them and put them, yep, take them out. turn it the long way. There you go. There you go. Thank you. And may I borrow your gloves? Or can you move them over to take them off the hot pan and move them over to the counter for me? They cool off quicker that way.
Okay.
Did the toothpick test.
Where do you want them?
Just down. Yep, right there. There you go. Perfect. These are both going to have a gap on one side, like right in there. These are going to be very fluffy, very angel food meets cake, and they had a baby cake, right? They're going to be delicious, you guys. So I want to let them set up for about 10 minutes. And that will allow them to, I like to pull them away from the sides like this right now. And then they will shrink a little bit too. Just carefully go around and kind of pull. I'm pulling the pan away more than I am cutting into the cake. See what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. And then so I'm going to pull as I'm going around, because this is just so soft. This cake is so delightfully soft. We got one layer a little bit bigger than the other. I could have weighed it and measured it and done all that stuff, but it's just us and the kids.
Will it harden up more as you...
Harden? No.
Or whatever?
Well,
Firm.
It will get a little bit firmer, but it's still going to be super soft. Super duper soft. It's going to be amazing. Yes, it is. So come back in 10 minutes when I take these out. I was thinking about putting them on now, but I want them to shrink a little bit out of the pan.
Right.
Because they are just so soft. Yeah. So you guys come back in about 10 minutes. I'm going to let these rest while I go change my clothes because I am too hot. In flannel. Yes, indeed. If you want a really tall cake, you can double the whole thing and do it that way. So see, they've come away from the walls.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
They've come away from the walls. Now what I want to do, I want to take my hand and work very carefully to get it off from the bottom.
That's the hardest part, I think, you know?
Well, if you let them cool, they do shrink. So they shrink themselves away from the bottom. And it comes out really nice.
Not bad, huh?
Yep, yep. And I like the rippling because it holds the frosting in the center really nicely. So let's do, and then you want to let it cool completely, and then we're going to make some cream cheese frosting here. Okay. Do it the same thing. Kind of pull the sides. And take your time. The good news about a layer cake is if it cracks, you can always use frosting to fix it. There you go. Had a little bit of a stickiness, but that's not going to show because that's going to be the middle of our cake. That gives me, oh man.
Well,
That is so soft. It's going to be the softest cake you've ever made. I'm telling you, it's really nice. So, you guys, I'm going to move these aside, and then we're going to make some cream cheese frosting. So I'm making cream cheese frosting. If we have more, I'd rather make more than less. I like frosting on my cake, and so I'm going to make more Hopefully I have enough. Let me take the boxes and put them in the trash. You can use any flavoring. You can streusel the icing. If you make a lemon cake, you can make an icing that you streusel over the top. You know, there's all kinds of ways to do it. I have a stick of unsweetened Kirkland brand butter. And you always use more frosting when you do a layer cake than you do when you just do.
Where's your mic at?
Sorry, I went and changed my clothes because it's hot. It feels like it's 75 out, you know? Probably is. Anyway, so you get your butter. You put this away. And let me get a paper towel. Sorry, I'm not very, I keep getting in front of Harry.
Organized.
So, yeah. Just want to get your butter and you just want to beat it and get it a little bit smooth and creamy.
You want me to do that?
No, actually it's nice now that I have a beater. This was a gift. Thank you very much for it. I was going to do the cake last night and I just got busy doing clothes and stuff for Orvita and didn't get it done. I'm just going to get some cream cheese. I'm using 2 8-ounce, so 16-ounce total. I am using the 1/3 less fat because Harry and I are trying to eat a little bit less in the fat category, although this is cake and it is cream cheese with butter frosting. That's just what we're doing. I think it goes easier on Harry's stomach than the regular. So I'm going to put the cream cheese in. Let me put this away. Now I'm just going to beat this together with the butter. Get a little bit of air into it. I want to put some vanilla in here too. I like that vanilla. So let me get the vanilla taste. So you're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. And kind of spread it out. I'm going to use the same Strawberry Fields liquid stevia, and I'm going to use at least 1, if not 2, things of sweetener. There we go. Ooh, they even made it pink. How nice. I'm going to use the same strawberry extract. This is called bakery emulsion. Same. I'm going to put a teaspoon of it. Hope it doesn't turn orange again. The cake actually looks pink now, so that's nice. A pretty color pink. Is that the coffee pot?
Yep.
And I may or may not need to use any dye to get it pink because this is pretty dark. So let me put this over here. Now I want to put in about a cup of my confectioner's sugar. I happen to have a cup in my, I'm going to be careful. Let me taste this real quick. Yeah, it's going to need at least a cup. Watch your.
That's why I'm way up here.
Because it's exploding.
Wow.
Let's start with a cup and see what we do. Oh, and you're going to need a little bit of water. So I'm gonna get, you're not gonna use this much, you're just gonna put a little bit in. Just a few drops. You can use milk product if you want, or coconut, product if you want. But I want to put a little bit of water in as I go along, because I want to be able to, I don't want it too wet, but I want it smooth and creamy. Now I gotta get everything off of the sides and blend it around. That feels nice. That's however you want it to feel. While I'm doing that, let me try that taste. Needs, let me get my measuring. So I'm going to put another teaspoon of the strawberry stevia in here. Now remember, everybody's taste bud's different. This is where you want to taste and make it, because Harry, my taste buds are different than yours. You may like really sweet, you may not like a lot of sweet, right? You may like that refreshing icing on its own, So that's where you want to just kind of make it your own by tasting it. I'm going to put that right there. I like the color, don't you? Mm-hmm. I don't think it needs to be. Let me taste that. Needs a little bit more. Let me think. Want another teaspoon of vanilla, so it would be 2 teaspoons total. Like I said, if you don't like vanilla, don't put it in. More or less, your taste. And just a little bit more of the other strawberry flavoring, right? This. It's gonna make it darker pink, but it needs just a little bit more. I want more strawberry flavor. Go ahead, Wendy, go for it. Might as well. And I'm gonna put just a little bit more. One and a half cups total of the confection sugar. And this is for a layer cake. If you don't like a lot of frosting, don't make a lot of frosting. If you like a lot of frosting like Harry and I, make a lot of frosting. You don't have to put any flavor in it. It can just have a vanilla flavor. You need to just make this yours. I see some lumps that need to come out. Feels nice. Let's see what that feels like. Let me get a, let me see. Get this all going here. That's nice. That's smooth. It's creamy. Now, let me get a spoon and taste test it. Harry, strawberry.
Ooh, yeah,
Isn't that good? That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's
good.
perfect.
You see me?
Harry's like, oh, I'll make the frosting for you, honey, if your hands are hurt. And I'm like, no, thank you. I love you. No, thank you. So that tastes very good. That's very light and very refreshing. So I've got to change I've got to tweak the recipe finish. There. Would you like to lick the beater?
Yep. You know it.
You've got one and I've got one. So you guys come back in the next segment. Wow, that's good.
Oh yeah.
You guys, I'm putting it on my cake pan because this is going to go with us, anything that's left. So I'm using it instead of a cake plate, you know, for today. I'm just going to put a little bit of frosting. I'm sure you've seen this trick to hold the cake in place.
Did you want the Lazy Susan?
No, this is fine. Do we still have the Lazy Susan?
Yeah, it's up there. I use it.
I'm putting this, trying to put it in the middle. I'm going to put a nice middle portion on here. Oh man, this is nice. This is just really nice, delicious flavoring, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah.
Really is.
Tastes like strawberry.
Tastes like strawberry, he's right. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put my nice layer down. I should have siphoned my sugar, my confectioner sugar. I should have put it through my little sieve and sifted it, sifter that I have, but I didn't. I got lazy. My bad, but that's okay. Where's the flat side on this one? There's the flat side on this one. I think that's the flat side. Press gently. Go gently into the night.
Overeating again?
Like putting my frosting on top to work with it. Then I just go put it around my bottom. And then just moving it around. It's kind of hard to do because I'm left-handed. Maybe I can come your way. Doesn't this make a pretty cake? Very pretty cake. And it's very, very light, fluffy, not heavy. You know, not overly, it's not a rich, heavy cake at all. It's so nice. Like I said, I don't have any formal baking in my background. I'm just learning the way my mom taught me how to cook and what I've seen and learned in my life lessons as a cook. Right, Harry?
Yep.
See, frosting hides everything. That little corner that was a little bit, just a little off, right? Not asymmetrical, a little bit on that side right there. Come back when I'm done frosting my cake. Wait, let's take a peek at the cut cake.
Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Okay, now I want you to cut through the fork.
Hey, you remember the old commercial where they cut through the cake and the chocolate icing, whatever it is, curls?
Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines.
Yeah.
That is the moistest cake in the world. This is made with beef?
With the keto chow core beef, yes, not whey, beef.
Okay, I want you to look at this. Does this look like it's a piece of meat to you?
Well, but it is the softest.
Oh my
When you tell people
God.
it's so soft.
It is like it is. It's like
It's like Duncan Hines.
yes, exactly. It's crazy.
No one would know that that is not regular cake. No one.
In fact, they want to know where you got it.
Yeah. They ate, the cake's almost gone. So, 9 out of 10.
Oh, it's a 9.
Okay, so
I don't give 10s.
just the cake alone, consistency, without frosting.
Oh, it's so smooth. It's so soft. It's a 9.
And then that strawberry,
That worked out really well. I was surprised because I'm not a real strawberry guy.
I know you're not.
And this really worked out really. It tastes like strawberries.
It does. I think the emulsion, that bakery blend that I got from Loran made it more strawberry taste. Not sugary sweet, strawberry.
I need some coffee with this.
Okay. Thank you, dear. And you guys, we have got a beautiful strawberry cake just in the nick of time. The kids just arrived. Yes, they did. So you guys, I've got to get to cooking now for the rest of the meal. So you guys, please remember to like, subscribe, ring that little bell, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And Sally's coming. She wants to say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Would you like something, Sally?